expectations I have from all of you in this subject. What kind of activities, what kind of presentations, what kind of evaluation we have planned for this particular subject, Functional English 1. So, students, let's start. First of all, as I would like to give my introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Varun Mehra. I'm assistant professor in the Department of Applied Sciences. So, I hope most of you are familiar with my name, with my designation, and with my subject, which I am taking in first year as well as in the second year classes. So, in first year, you people were there and we were taking care of communicative English 1 and 2. Now, after your first year, when you people move to your respective departments, when you people are in your all respective professional departments, at the same time, when you people are undergoing with the technical subject, it is our duty for you people to make yourself eligible for the upcoming placements when you have in your third year or in your fourth year. Keeping that thing in the mind that you people have to appear in interviews in your third year or in your fourth year, this functional English subject, this particular functional English 1, 2, 3, and 4, which will be in your third semester, fourth semester, fifth semester, and as well as in your sixth semester, it will be there. It will have different activities, it will have different programs, which will definitely help you to sit and to appear for the interview and to boost your confidence. When we people are giving you technical education, at the same time we feel that you should be acquainted with the technical as well as with the professional language. And in the professional world, when you people are doing professional degree, having information of functional, the practical aspect of English. As you people know that even today, when we are looking for a job, when we're looking for higher studies, when we are looking for to settle in abroad, only one thing, one language that we need to be mastered, and that is English. So today is the time when we all need to be master of this particular language. When we say functional English, our aspect is that everything in practical form where this English can be used in professional world, we have to acquire that. We have to understand that. We have to be acquainted with that. So that's why this functional English 1, which is in your third semester, starting from third semester, and it will remain with you till your sixth semester. So if we talk about, as I told, that this is going to be a subject in your all the semesters, in your starting from third until your sixth semester, it's going to be a subject. And this subject has some weightage. As other technical subject you are going in your semester, in your department, they are, if they are of theory, they have 100 weightage. If they are of lab, they have 50 weightage. The same as it is going to be a practical subject, and 50 marks you have to get for this particular subject. You have to attain, you have to calculate, you have to evaluate this marks even in your DMC. So this total marks for functional English for this third semester is going to be 50. 50 for functional English and 50 for your aptitude, which we have vice versa. One Monday you have class of aptitude and one Monday you have a class of functional English. So both these subjects are going to be included in the category of practical, and it has weightage of 50 marks. And these 50 marks we are going to obtain and we are going to divide in the base on the basis of different activities. We will perform some tests, we will perform some presentations, there will be class performance also. Once you enter in the class, once there is a class, if the students are entering, obviously your attendance is also going to be matter. Maybe in the first year when online classes were going on, so you people were there or not there, you are doing your work at your own, submitting your assignments, appearing in the MST, and finally you are able to sit in your final exams, are able to clear that particular subject. But now if we see this particular subject, functional English, everything which you are going to do, that is going to contribute. If there are 50 marks, every time when you are in the class, every time when you are performing, every time when the teacher is evaluating you, that is going to add some marks in your performance. So you have to be very particular about each and everything which we have planned for this subject, functional English. It will have activities, it will have some Google test, it will have some your performances also. So every time there is no other way that if today you have to perform for one or other reasons you are not coming to the class, and next time you are requesting that previously I supposed to do that, but due to this I was not present. So you have to leave that and you have to move to the second one, because as this subject, as you know, this is going to be in the alternative classes. So if we consider in the semester, there will be not more than 8 classes, and in that 8 classes I have to go for 5 activities. Each activity is going to be of 10 marks. So in 8 classes, and today is the first introduction class. So even if I leave this class, I have only 7 classes with you, in which I have to perform 5 activities with all the students to give them 50 marks, and you have to get marks from that 50 total weightage. So there is no other chance that even as in the first year when you people were not able to perform one activity, you call your teacher, take the time, and then you perform your that pending activity. That is possible in the first year, or I must say that is possible with the subject. But if we have to see this particular functional English, everything when we are going to decide that this in this lecture we are going to do this, in the coming 15 days, when next to next Monday when we people are going to meet, we have to do what we are going to supposed to do, we have to do that. Otherwise, if we are lingering the work, at the end we are not able to complete our 5 activities. So that's why we are giving in detail the picture to you, that if this subject is given to you, what expectation we people have from you. As already in first year you people have performed these activities, you have done so many activities in the first semester, in the second semester, in communicative English. So again in functional English we are going to repeat that activities, and repeating means we are making master of you in that particular activity. If you people have done self introduction in your first semester, again in functional English we have proposed the first activity, self introduction. So that means we assume all of you have done self introduction, but now when you people have to do again, you will do it in the better form. Now your self introduction will not have that flaws which you were which were having in the first semester. So this time we have this expectation that all activities once you have performed in the first year, now you are given a chance to practice it, to exercise it, and to repeat it so that you become master of it. So everything, whatever we are going to do, activities, test, presentation, performances, polls, as well as your attendance, that is going to be calculated. And even right now, as the online classes are going on, we never know that what next decision will be. Maybe in the coming months or in the coming 1, 2, or 3 months, the classes will be offline. Whatever the situation, whatever the circumstances will come, we will go according to that. Right now we have to plan how we have to give you marks on the online presentation or online performances. When college will be in the offline mode, we plan activities which you can perform in this given time, in the prescribed time, which is for the functional English subject. So depending upon the circumstances and instructions of the college, we will do, but this time as online we have started. So whatever 5 activities we have to perform, we have planned that we will do on the online mode. All these parameters shall be binding all the students taking up the course without any expectation or privilege. Now, sometimes some students have this kind of thinking or this kind of mentality that it is a practical subject, don't worry about it. Or might be sometimes some we are under the guidance that we have to take care of our technical subjects. It is a lab subject, it is a practical subject. No doubt, even if I perform 1, 2 tests or 1, 2 activities, it would be, sir would be able to pass me. See, as there are 5 activities, and as it is a subject, so all the parameters which other subjects have, that you need to have 40% to clear that subject. Even in this subject, you also have to go for the same. If total marks of this subject is 50, so you need 20 marks to clear this subject. And that 20 marks you have to get either from the test or from your performances or from the other activities, which we are giving you time to time according to the circumstances. So every one of you have to depend upon the activity. And as I repeat again and again, if one activity is over and I am conducting second activity or third activity with the class, nobody is supposed to request me to conduct first activity again for the pending students. Whatever remain, that will remain throughout the semester. So the purpose, as this was the total idea about this functional English. Now, if we talk about that, what is the objective? What is the purpose of including this functional English in the with the same when we have the technical subjects also? But as you know, the college has a very clear picture. College has a very clear purpose and objective, that when students are getting technical information, when students are getting technical knowledge, at the same time, we want that in the 3 years, when they are in their core department, and in the core department, they are learning coding, they are learning languages, they are learning software, they are learning development options. At the same time, what information, what knowledge, what learning they are getting, they should impart, they should convey, they should exchange with the other people in a very effective way. And to do that, that is only the way of communication. To improve your communication, to make you understand the basics of grammar, to make you confident, to empower your soft skills. Because, uh, if we talk about one thing, that is communication skills. But on the large picture, when we talk about personality, that is a part of your soft skills and your attitude building. And that's this one more activity we have in the session. So it is not that we have to teach you how to communicate, but also we want to inculcate soft skills, attitude, behavior, teamwork in your personality, so that tomorrow, once you launch yourself for in any company or in any multinational company, you should be a complete package. You should have everything. You should have information, you should have good communication skills, you have command over language, your soft skills are superb, your attitude, your behavior, your teamwork, that is something which definitely people will calculate when they are going to select you. And when we have to tell you functional English, we want to enhance your understanding and usage of English in various situations. In day-to-day life, in your routine life, when you meet your seniors, when you meet your boss, when you meet your teachers, and when you meet the strangers, there are different situations in which you are stuck. In other languages, in Hindi and in Punjabi, you better know how to converse. But the problem is we don't know how to converse in English when we are in these situations. To make you comfortable, to make you understand that how you can be good in that particular situations, these kind of activities, these kind of imaginary situations are given to you, so that when you are in that situation, you should create something which will help you when you are in actual situation. And moreover, this functional English in 4 semesters, in third, fourth, fifth, sixth semester, it will polish overall overall your personality. And the basic and the last purpose of including this subject, aptitude and functional English, to you is to make you prepare for the placements. That is the big concern. When you enter in a college, when you earn a professional degree, the only purpose your parents, your teachers, your college, and university is looking in you, that how much your placement is there. And to make you prepare for placement, these kind of steps, these kind of initiatives, these kind of these kind of valuable steps we have to take. And this is that one of the steps. So this is the objective of including functional English in the core subject. When people are doing civil engineering, when students are doing mechanical engineering, CSE engineering, at the same time when they are learning the basic core of their engineering subject, they also have to understand that with this communication and aptitude, they can go ahead and they can start their journey in the companies. So that is the objective of our subject, as well as the objective of including this subject with the other technical subjects. Now, these are the next is the activities. What we have planned, the other teachers who are taking this functional English 1 in the third semesters of the other branches, we all have decided that the students who are going to be in third semester, when they have to read, when they have to go with this subject, what they have to do. These are the 5 or 6 activities which we have planned, which we have to complete in the entire semester. The first, as already I have told you, there will be self-introduction. Today, I will give you the presentation, how professionally you can prepare yourself for the introduction. Before, as if I give you the important points, I know all of you have done or all of you have given introduction to your respective teachers in first or second semester. Including that points, whatever you have considered while giving that introduction, again we will discuss, again I will polish some more instructions to you, so that you can prepare a professional introduction. Now from the placement point of view, that how you have to give, how to introduce yourself in front of the panel, in front of the interviewer, we consider that and we will discuss in the today's lecture. Then second, after self-introduction, we will discuss soft skills and attitude building. As already I told you, if we discuss personality development is a big concept. And under personality development, there are number of elements, number of factors we have to introduce. Soft skills and attitude building is one of them. And we need to discuss, because tomorrow when you have to work, when you have to work in a company, when you have to even go in abroad and settle there, when you have to work in multinational companies, or you have to go abroad and go for your masters, you need to have soft skills. Your soft skills are your identity of your personality. So in that you need to be master of it. Then third is, we have described 2 books. Some of you might have read these books even in the lower classes, or maybe some of you have habit of reading and you already have gone through with that. But according to our experts, and we all have decided that in this semester we will give 2 books to the students to thorough read it, and at the end of their reading we will arrange a Google test in which we will check their level of understanding, the concept and the purpose of that particular book. The first book will be Connect the Dots by Rashmi Bansal, and the second book will be Wings of Fire by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Both of the books are very inspirational books, very interesting books. If you go and thorough and read entire stories and entire chapters of these 2 books, definitely it will give you the habit of reading. These are the initiators, or these are, I must say, the starters. If you don't have reading habit of reading books, after reading these 2 books, I definitely make sure that you develop a habit of reading the books. So these 2 books will be there. We will discuss Connect the Dots and Wings of the Fire. In my lecture, I will give you the presentation on both the books. Connect the Dots, that what I can dictate you, then you have to go and read the entire book. And once your reading will be done, then we will arrange a test in which your evaluation will be done, that your understanding of the concept. The same with the second book, Wings of the Fire by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Excellent book, excellent motivational book. So I think every student, if whether they are doing BTech or they are doing any of the graduation, they must go and read the book Wings of Fire. So that's why we have included these 2 books in your in this particular functional English 1. Then the last activity of this semester would be vision, mission, or career objective, or the methodology to fulfill it. In your self introduction, or even if you people remember, in your second semester when there was a concept of resume writing, your teacher has told you that in resume career objective is very important. You have to mention that what is objective of your career. Now, as an activity, here we will discuss that what is your career objective, what is your vision, what is your mission, and what are the methodologies which you will use, and what are the strategy which you will implement to fulfill it. For example, vision means where you see yourself after 4 years. If you started your degree in 2020, and in 2024, where you see yourself. You should have a clear vision that in 2024, when I have BTech degree in my hand, I must be in this university for my masters, or I may be in this company and working as a executive. So this is vision. It is not that when the time will come, you decide. Vision and mission people, students always have beforehand. And this we want to listen from you. That what are your plans? What is your career objective? What is your mission? If you have any plan, for example, if you have a plan that I want to settle in abroad when once I complete my BTech degree. But if anyhow in 2024, if you are not able to do it, what is your alternative plan? What is your backup plan? That would be your plan B. Plan A is that you want to settle in abroad. But if anyhow, due to your family circumstances, due to any circumstances in country, or due to any other reason, if you are not able to complete your first plan, what is your plan B? And if even if plan B doesn't work, what is your plan C? So that we will discuss in your vision, mission, or career objective. You have to think of it, and you have to plan, and you have to discuss it with the class that this is my vision, this is my mission to complete my vision. And these are my plans, plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D. If I am not able to complete my plan A, then I definitely go and put my input into my plan B so that I can be successful or I can be happy. That we will do in vision, mission, or career objective or methodology to fulfill in it. Then the if we get a time, if we have more lecture, we will discuss some vocabulary. The important vocabulary, the day-to-day vocabulary, the common phrases, the common words which in professional world we use, and some grammatical components which definitely when you people sit for placement and there is a round, there is aptitude round and there is a verbal ability round, and in that particular verbal ability or in English column, whatever contents or components that come, we will discuss if we have lecture apart from these activities. And last, we have mentioned any other as per students' demand or requirement. If we have time, if we have requirement, definitely we will ask you that anything you want in this subject that should be covered. We will go and discuss that. We will go that how we can manage that. But basically, as sorry, if we have 50 marks, functional English subject have 50 marks. First, we have to focus on 5 activities, each activity of 10 marks, so that every time when we perform that activity, every student should be evaluated. If I considered self-introduction first activity, it's going to be of 10 marks. Every one of you have to give your introduction and I have to evaluate according to your performance. Then second will come soft skills and attitude building. I will discuss what soft skills are, what are the do's and don'ts, and how one can be master of this particular soft skills and attitude building. After making presentation with you, after discussing presentation with you, I maybe there will be a Google test in which I can check your understanding of soft skills or attitude building. Then there are 2 books. After reading the entire books, there will be a test in which your evaluation, your understanding will be checked. One, self-introduction, 10 marks, soft skills and attitude building, 10 marks, book reading, connect the dots and wings the fire. Maybe I can go for one single test for both books, or maybe 2 different tests can be conducted, 10 marks. Then last is vision, mission, or career objective. As I already told you that in this particular activity, as self-introduction is there, in vision, mission, and your career objective, you have to tell me what is your vision. It's not that nobody, no student can say that I am doing, I don't know what I have to do in the coming years. Everyone of you have to think that what is my vision. If I am doing BTech CSE, where I see myself after 5 years, where I see myself after 10 years, and what is my mission to be there in coming 5 years. So that you all have to prepare with me. And if we get a time, we will make a MCQ on basis of your vocabulary, which I discuss with you, the grammatical components, which I will discuss based on the verbal ability. So that's all about functional English subject. And now today we are going to start self-introduction. But before I go ahead, any of the student who want to ask anything, she can raise hand or they can unmute their mic. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any question, any query, any doubt, anything you are not clear about? Yes, students, any question? As more than 50 students are here in the class, so I hope all of you, I assume at my own that all of you are ready to participate with the same zeal, with the same passion which you have shown in the first year. I have got your very good feedback from your teachers who have taken your communicative English 1 and 2 classes, that all of you have participated in a very good way. You have done very good job. And the same expectation I have from you for this subject, communicative English or functional English. The purpose of both the subject is the same, to make you acquainted with communication, to make you comfortable with communication. So I assume that all of you will go ahead and do this task, this functional English, with same zeal and passion as you people have shown for the other subjects also, right? So should we go ahead and start self introduction?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, students. As I told, now we have to talk about professional self introduction. When you people come in the first time in the lab, English lab, we told you, we just say that go ahead and give your introduction. You talk about your hobbies, you talk about your education background, you talk about your free time activities. That's all included in your introduction. But when we talk about professional introduction, now professional introduction means from the point of view of the employer, from the point of view of HR, we have to make our introduction. Now I don't have to speak that what I want to speak, let the people listen. I have to speak what other wants to listen. If I'm going to appear in an interview, before I appear, my all information, my all credentials, my all data that I have given to the company in the form of resume, and they have gone through. They have already gone through that what I am, what qualification I am, from where I am, what I have done, what projects I have handled, what trainings I have gone through. But now when I am going and sitting in front of them, when they are calling me for the interview, the very first question they, when they look at me, they bombard on me, tell me something about yourself. So this is the very frightening and this is very threatening question to most of us, because anytime when we, even people do job of 10 years or 20 years, and even then after one day when they come to know that there is a inspection, some people are coming and audit is going to be, and they have to introduce themselves, little bit they become nervous, little bit they become conscious. So introducing ourselves to the other people, it is an art, it is a skill. The more we practice, the more we become perfect in it. It is no doubt you people are well known aware about yourself. When we say self introduction, it means introducing ourselves to the other people. And I am the best one to introduce myself to the other one, because I know each and everything about myself, from where I started, what I have done, what I like to do, what achievements I have done. No other one knows, but I know the best one. But even then I stuck, I wait, I prepare myself. If even today I are given a chance to speak on the stage, it is not that we can go and we can speak. We need to perform, we need to plan, we need to prepare ourselves, and then we go ahead and we perform it. So when we say professional self introduction, it means now we have to filter. If I have entire information of myself, I have to filter which information is important, which information I need to give to the company, so that it can make some relevance. It can make some importance of my personality for consideration. So professional self-introduction means that we need to go ahead and we need to consider that what I have to add and what I have to delete, what I know about myself. So let's see what professional self-introduction is. If we go and try to understand the meaning of self-introduction, it's as simple as you people understand. It is introducing one's own self to other person or persons so that they or he or she able to look into, peep into your intrinsic as well as extrinsic qualities. We know everyone, we always talk about that there is a intelligence, diversity of intelligence. We believe all of you, the the children who are born into in 21st century, they are millennium children. They have diversity of intelligence. We people, if we consider ourselves, definitely we are older generation than you people. You new generation, you are multi talented. You have so many qualities, intrinsic as well as extrinsic. You have internal as well as external qualities, and that qualities are making you different, unique. What you can do, people even can't imagine, even in their mind, that how potential, how creative you people are. And when we say self introduction is a mirror. It is a filter through which other people look into your personality. They try to find out that the person who is sitting in front of them, what he inheriting, what qualities, internal or external, he has, what he has developed. If you are doing 4-year degree program, in this 4-year degree program, when students are in the college, when you people are at your home, when you people are with your teachers, when you are with your seniors, lot many things you are learning. Every time when a new project, a new assignment is given to you, you people develop so much new things in your mind, so much new creativity in your mind, that you actually show when you have to show in the company. So some qualities you already are born with, and some qualities you learned when you actually work in the environment, and all that things you show in your self introduction. So what you have inherited, acquired or developed, and of course whatever overall glimpse of your personality. And nowadays, self introduction is a part of job science. When there are jobs, when there is some logic, and to give you a job, introduction is a reference. Introduction is a logic. It is a proof that if one's introduction is going to be good, that person is going to be selected. In any case, maybe in the another rounds he is not able to perform well, but this is your first ticket to go ahead and move into the other rounds. So self introduction in these days, it is also part of job science. When there are job, when there are fairs, when there is a campus placement, every time, sometimes there are companies, they just after your written test, only one thing happened, that is your introduction, and then they took their decision whether they have to take the candidate, or they have to say to candidate to wait and they will come again. So this time self introduction has become the major part of your interview process. That's why we have mentioned in the other slide importance. Undoubtedly, it is an important part of our day-to-day personal life in which we have to introduce ourselves to other for various purposes and in various situations. See, students, you definitely agree with me that introduction is all the time is not required when there is an interview. Sometimes when you meet anybody, formally or informal, in situations, when you meet your seniors, juniors, your class teachers, and even in the class when there is no interview going on, you need to introduce yourself. So introduction, it happened with various purposes and in various situations, and the most important area of our placement in an organization. That is why our introduction should not only be good, but equally balanced and effective, including all the special traits, qualities of our personality and profile. Your good, impressive introduction really works for you and gets you to your desired destination with ease and grace. It's always advisable that you need to be master of your introduction for your own success. If you are good, see, as you people have done your introduction in your first year, in third semester, and when we are starting this functional English, maybe in your functional English, when you are in fourth semester and this subject will be there, functional English 2, new teacher will be there. Functional English 3 will come in your fifth semester. functional English fourth income in the sixth semester. And every semester, maybe the new teacher is allotted for this subject. Every time you will find it out, any activity when you are going to perform, you have to told, or maybe it is told to you that start with your introduction. So we want that you should be master of your introduction, so that a final day when it will become, when you actually have to tell your introduction to the employer or to the HR, there will be no mistake, there will be no single fumbling at your end. You just go ahead and, like ABC, you just go and give your introduction. That's why we always say you need not to be good in your introduction, but you need to be master. And how one become master? By continuous practice of it. The more you practice your introduction, the more you become master of it. So this is a skill, this is an art. The more you do, the more you become perfect in that. So self introduction is very important in the present scenario, because as we know, it is a ticket for the other rounds. And if we go ahead, when we, as I already told, where we need to introduce ourselves, we need to introduce to our groups, to our class fellows at the time of participation when we are going for competitions. We need to introduce ourselves to our colleagues, to our team members when we are joining a new office. Or most importantly, we need to give our introduction to the interview. And in that, our introduction need to be brief, elaborated, and it should have professional touch. So these are the areas where one has to go and give its introduction. And as already I told, maybe people have different fear in their mind. Some people, some students, or some, if I talk about people, some fear of riding, some fear of driving, some fear of swimming, some fear of anything, height also. But the students, the people who have to look for a job, the people who are sitting for the interview, for them, the most important, the most threatening, the most difficult question is to answer when it is asked to them, tell me something about yourself. If the strangers, if the panel, if the jury, if the judges, the people who are going to take your interview, if there are three, four, five people sitting and everybody is looking at you and the question is given to you, tell me something about yourself. I think at that particular time you find that this is the most difficult situation I am. And if I am able to complete this information, if I am able to tell them what I am, might be I have achieved everything. So this is something very difficult task for the people. Students scored 90%. They scored well in the competition. They scored well in other competitions. But when they have to talk about themselves, they stuck. They become blank just because they don't have more practice of it. So that's why we have mentioned it, that if any work is difficult, some people find, most of the people find this question, tell me something about yourself. It is one of the scariest question in the world. In this presentation, in this topic, today we are going to discuss 10 steps. I will discuss that 10 steps with you, which you need to keep in your mind. That when you have to give your introduction in a professional way, you just have to keep that 10 points in your mind, that these are the 10 things which company people or which my employer or which my HR wants to listen. I don't have to go for the 11th one. I just have to calculate. I just have to collect my that 10 steps and just have to make myself confident in that 10 information and just have to I deliver it. And definitely if I go with that 10 things, my introduction is going to be very good. Now see, let's see what that 10 steps are. Sorry. Today we are going to discuss 10-step process that help you answer this trick question which appear in every job interview. Today, our discussion will be on, I will discuss that 10 steps with you. I will discuss some rules that this you have to do in your introduction and this you don't have to do. We will also discuss some common mistakes which students make. Or even in the first semester, even in your first year, when you people start your introduction, we always say, never start your introduction with hi or hello. Always start your introduction with the greeting. So that are some mistakes which students do that we will discuss in this presentation. And in the last, we will discuss some phrases which we call stock phrases, which can be used in introduction as English is not our first language. Sometimes what we can say, see, writing here, English is not our first language. Only meaning is to tell you an idea that sometimes there are prepared phrases. There are actually ready-made phrases which we can use in every situation. It is not that one student can use and another can't use, or students of Punjab they can use, or students of Delhi they can't use. These are the ready-made phrases or stock phrases which everyone can use in the same situation. If you go and put that in your mind, anytime when you have to introduce yourself, you can comfortably use it, and that can give you an impression of that your wonderful introduction. So we will discuss that. But before that, I want to raise a poll here. Whatever till now we have discussed, very general question in the poll I have asked. So sending you the poll question related to this functional English. So the first question is coming to be on your screen. I expect every one of you should go and answer according to your understanding. Yes, students, can you see question on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. I expect every one of you, those who are present, they will go and put their choice that according to them, what could be the answer for this first question. Yes, students, going to end this poll, and the results you can see on your screen as self-introduction is, as we already have done definition of self-introduction is, so 61% of you, they have gone with the right option. See, as the students who are saying all of the above, as if you read carefully, the second line introducing one's own self to one's own self, that is not the right option. If I have to introduce myself to myself only, that is not self-introduction. Self-introduction is when I have to introduce to the other. If I go with the third option, introducing one's own self only to the interviews, that is not self-introduction. Even when we are introducing to the others, others include each and everything. So the first option was the right answer, and 61% of students have gone with the right choice. So ending poll questions here and moving further. As the first point, as I told you that we have to discuss the 10 steps. The first step is tell me something about you. This question comes in number of different forms. Sometimes the employer or the HR asks, can you walk me through your background? Can you walk me through your resume, or take us through your resume? Question can be anything. Even if they are, if even simply the interviewer is saying you, can you give me your introduction, introduce yourself, tell me something about you, all these questions have one answer, that they are asking you to introduce yourself. Now they don't want to listen the entire summary of your personality. They have read in your resume that what you are. Whatever it is, this is a trick question, because by this interviewer asking us to tell them about ourselves, and in fact they know everything about us by seeing that resume. So exactly what they are telling us, actually they are asking us two things. The first is they are looking our attitude towards work, what kind of person I am. They want to look my personality, that the things, the adjectives which I have mentioned in my resume, that I am a kind hearted, I am very supportive, I am very introvert, I am extrovert, I am very creative. That kind of traits he wants to look into my personality. The first thing they want to check my attitude, whether what kind of personality, whether I am soft hearted, whether I am flexible, whether I am short temperament, or what kind of person I am. The second, they want to see, am I a good fit for the job? What I can contribute to the company. The moment when you people are giving your introduction, employer and HR, they are, you are sitting in front of them, and they are making you, and they are framing your different pictures on different designations in the company. They look at you. If you are a manager, how you would work, how you would behave, how you would handle the company. if this position in the company will be given to you, will you handle it? Will you be able to tackle that particular pressure which that designation has to? So at particular time when you are giving your introduction, they are not listening what you are speaking, but they are making their own judgment that how you are going to contribute to their company, how you can be a good fit for the job. So at that particular time, when they are asked you to tell me something about you, they don't want to listen that what you are going to tell them about your qualification, from where you have done your training, from where you have done your project, from where you have done your degree. They actually want to listen you to see how confident you are, how good personality you have, and how you can contribute to their company. So these are the things they want to see. And when you prepare your introduction, you need to prepare your introduction in the way that these things should reflect to the other person. When you give your introduction, your attitude, what kind of personality, what kind of attitude you want to reflect of yourself to the other person, you need to work on that. How you can be useful for the company, this you have to add in your introduction so that they can make from your lines that if this person know this much, this this person has this quality, this person know about this, he already have done this work in his graduation or in his post graduation, so we don't have any problem. He know how to handle the pressure, he know how to handle the management skills. So they want to listen that in your introduction when they ask you tell me something about you. So these are two questions which you need to keep in your mind when you are going to answer their introduction question. Next it comes. Now on the 10-step process, the first step you need to take it about to tell who are you. And every time you people remember when we always say, whenever in the, even if you people remember, or I always say to my students, whenever you are in the college, the moment you enter in this college from 9 to 5, when colleges were working, when everything was normal, I always, give this thing to my students. When you entered in the college at 9 o'clock and when you are leaving at 5 o'clock, you think of that you are in the professional environment. You think of that I am in the professional college. And every time I am going to meet anyone, whether that is going to be my classmate, whether they are going to be my seniors, whether they are going to be any student of any department, whether they are my teachers, whether they are my heads, my principal, anyone, I have to greet them. And my greeting is not going to be include hi, hello, hey, what's up. It's going to be formal greeting. If you make habit of this thing in these 4 years of college timing, definitely tomorrow when you become a part of a company, you will not feel awkward. You will not feel, that I am not so good in greeting my boss or my seniors. I always feel hesitant. When you make habit in the college time, it will go definitely with you in the next level. So greeting, always start your introduction with the greeting. And greeting, by meaning of greeting in professional way, is never hi, hello, hey, what's up. That is not the formal way of greeting. That is informal. And when we talk about professional, professionally, when either we are giving our introduction or not, but when we are meeting someone in professional environment, our greeting should be good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. And when we are imparting greeting, there should be a smile on the face. There should be confidence on the face. And there should be a eye contact with the person. It is not that I am wishing someone, I am greeting a person, but I am looking somewhere else. The person will not take my greeting. My boss will not take my greeting because my gestures are not appropriate. As you people have gone through, have read that verbal and non-verbal, they both are important. If I am saying something, my body also convey the same meaning. So always we say that when you have to introduce yourself, when you are going somewhere, for example, you are going in a university, you don't know any, know anyone there. But if you are on the table, on the desk, and the person is sitting there, you can start, good morning, sir. I am this one. I came from this college. I want to inquire about it. But you should ask, you should start your interaction with the greeting. And sometimes our students are confused that whether it is morning, whether it is afternoon, or whether it is evening. That's why we have always mentioned that make yourself clear about it. If it is before 12, you have to always say good morning. If it is 12 to 4 o'clock time, you have to say good afternoon. And after 4 to till midnight, you always have to start your conversation with good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Anybody, even you know the person, you don't know the person, but your conversation, your introduction, your interaction, your first word, that should be good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And when you are saying these three magical words, you should have smile on your face, you should have confidence on your face, and to whom you are saying, you should make an eye contact. People, when students sit for the interview, they know they have to start with the good morning or good afternoon, but they don't look into the eyes of the employer, because they think if they look, they will forget each and everything what they have to say in their introduction. And that's why they look here and there, and they wish, and the person comes to know that he is not confident or she is not confident. But you have to make a habit of it, that your greeting, it should be very confident, it should be with smile, it should be with the eye contact of the person. If number of people are sitting there, you can't make an eye contact with each and everyone, but you can make your eyes with each and everyone while the you are giving your introduction, to tell them that you are thorough prepared for your introduction. So smile, be confident, and make good eye contact. Now, common mistakes in the greeting, as I said, don't say hi, hello, hey, what's up. Try to avoid these even with your friends also, because sometimes we are so good, we are so habitual of saying hi, hello, hey, what's up, that in professional environment, unconsciously, unknowingly, we start using these words, and it is not creating our good impression on the other person. In professional world, people don't say anything, but they actually even consider that you don't know what to say, how to say, and to whom to say it. So avoid it saying hi, hello, hey, what's up. Always, even the person is, maybe the person is not saying. If you yourself decide that to whom even I am going to meet, maybe that is of smaller than me, younger than me, or of my same age, or he is elder to me, or I am known to the person, or person is known to me. I always, if interaction is going to be there, if conversation between him or me is going to be start, it is always going to be start with the greeting, and that only could be good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Sometimes we some students fumble between morning and afternoon. They forgot that whether it is before 12 or after 12. They say good morning, and then they came to know that it is 12:15. Then they say, oh no, no, it's good afternoon. Be confident. If you have said good morning, confirm to it. Maybe, no problem. There is nothing bad in that. Before speaking, just check it out what is the time. And what it is, go for it. Don't fumble. Don't make mistakes in good morning and good afternoon. Because at this particular point, when after BTech, you are sitting for the interview and still you are not able to make it out what to say morning or afternoon, they think like, if you have not learned in last 20-22 years this much, what you have learned and rest in your technical subjects. Then moving further, the second step is thank you. Sometimes it is, as I have mentioned, it is optional. Every time it is not required that you need to thank the person for the interview. But sometimes when you really consider that it is a big opportunity, that hundred of students or thousand of students appeared for the written, and out of that only 20 they have called for the interview, and I am one of that 20, then definitely you can thank the opportunity. Depending upon the situation, you can either say, thank you for shortlisting me for the final interview, or thank you for this opportunity to talk about myself. This will not only create your impression only, but also it will make you and your interviewer relax. When you say this particular line, this particular phrase, definitely it will add some relaxation in your mind as well as in the mind of the person who is there to listen to you. Then it comes your name. Step 3 is your name. See, number of times when we go and say my name or I am, these are the two things which are very confident. Even these days, people most prefer that when you have to appear for the interview, always say I am Varun Mehra, right? You can say in both ways, I am Varun Mehra or I am Varun Mehra. My name is Varun Mehra, my name's Varun Mehra. But most probably people don't like to use myself. Some of the students, they always start their introduction, myself Varun Mehra, and that has some negative impact on the that has some negative impact on the employer or the HR. In these days, if you go and listen to on the YouTube or on the other channels, most probably you will listen, the people will go with the first I am, because it is more confident. It sounds that you are happy who you are. You are more confident about that. I am Varun Mehra. My name is Varun Mehra. Even that is good. But first priority, always we recommend that when you have to give your introduction, say, start with the greeting, thank you the opportunity, and then come for your name. And when you have to tell your name in a very confident way and in a very loud voice, that you really enjoy who you are. When you have to say your name, there should be a smile on your face. You should be proud of your name, and you need to enunciate it clearly. You need to pronunciate it very, very clear. Sometimes students, what they do, they start their introduction in a very loud tone. But as their name comes, they say in their mouth itself. They don't utter the words in a clear way that the person is not able to make it out whether you say B or V. They are not able to make it out whether your name is Varun Mehra or Varun Mehra. So you need to pronunciate or enunciate very clearly your words, so that the person should not have second time to ask you what is your name. The very first time when you say my name is or I am Varun Mehra, till the time you are sitting in front of them, they know the Varun Mehra is sitting in front of them, and they don't have to look into the paper that who is the candidate. You have to, it is your duty that you have to tell your name to them, so that till the time your conversation or your interview is going on, they be comfortable with your name. Take your name with smile, take your name with pride, take your name with confidence, so that the same they can use it. Then after your name, you have to tell them why you are qualified. This particular portion is for those who are going after some experience. See, as you people are doing BTech, and we consider that in your BTech 4-year degree program, there are times when you people go for training. In your second year, you will go for 2 months training in a company. And in your fourth year, you will go for 6 months training. And training is a time that when you go for training, training is, in other words, your experience. So when you people have actually experience, actually real life experience of working in a company, and after completion of your degree, when you appear for the interview, you can dictate, you also shared your experience there, and this position and company is related to that. At sometimes, maybe for example, once you complete your degree, you start working in a company, and after 1 or 2 years, when you are moving from one company to the another company, then even this particular step 4 can come. If you don't have any experience, after this this step you can leave for as a fresher. But if you want to include it, what this step talks about, if you have work experience, then it is the time to tell them about the position you hear, and the name of the company, the number of year, any award that you won, and what impact you have on the company, or what difference you have made to them. For example, as you start your introduction, good morning. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. I am Varun Mehra. I have worked in Amritsar Group of Colleges from 2011 as an assistant professor. So now it is the time for me to tell them what position. I am assistant professor, I am associate professor, I am dean, I am head. What is my company name? Amritsar Group of Colleges. Number of years from last 10 years, any award that I have won, and what impact I have on my company, what difference I have made there. I have to mention after I take my name. It is the first thing I have to tell them before my qualification. If I have experience, if as a fresher you are applying and you have no experience, you can leave this. You can directly come to your qualification. Am I clear to everyone? Students, any doubt?
No,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
it's clear.
No, sir.
So this
No.
step, as I am saying, this step you have to add if you have any position, you have any experience. But if you think you are fresher, you don't have to tell them that any experience or anywhere you already have worked. You simply, after taking greeting, after thank you, your name, you directly come to the step 5, which is about your the step 4, when we have to talk about our position, when we have to talk about our experience. The very first rule is we need to sound enthusiastic about our work. Whatever I am doing here, for example, right now I'm working in Amritsar group of colleges, and I suppose appear for an interview in a university. I came to know there is a post and I am applying for it. And when I am appearing for the interview and I am giving my introduction, I need to tell them in a very good way that where I am working right now. And in my introduction, if I am describing my current position in Amritsar group of colleges, my current experience, I should sound enthusiastic that whatever I was there, whatever job profile I was handling there, I really enjoyed that. I should not sound pompous, like I am a leader, I have done that. If I am not there in the company, definitely it will not work. And maybe if I leave the company will face the it will not fail any face any success. I don't sound like that. I tell them that I was working there and I was part of these kind of contributions. Tell them something over and above your resume. If I have worked somewhere, I have sent my resume to the company. They already have seen where I have worked, what I have done. But now, if anything I want to tell them, which I have not mentioned in the resume, that if I was working, if suppose in resume I just have mentioned that I am working as assistant professor in Amritsar group of colleges from 2009. Now, when in personally when I am giving my introduction, I have and I want to tell them something which I have not mentioned in resume, then I can tell them that I am working in that institute from 2009, and from that time to till this time I am in charge of their PAX Cultural Society. So that I have not mentioned, but now I want to tell them over and above my resume. Give proofs for your claim to make it credible and believable. It is not that I think that at this particular time, whatever I will say, they will obviously go with me. Whatever credibly and believably I can make them that yes, I have done that. And if you select me in your company, the same I can contribute to your organization. Yes, definitely I can go for that proof. These are something which I have to keep in mind. If I have any work experience, if I don't have any work experience, if you consider that you are the fresher, then you can leave step 4 and you can directly come to the step 5, which is about your qualification. Now you people have to tell them that your qualification. If you are fresher, you don't have to answer step 4 and you need to jump directly into step 5. So when you need to talk about your qualification, you can say in these 3 ways. The ways are, you can say, I am a recent BTech graduate from Amritsar group of colleges with 8 CGPA. Or you can say, I have completed bachelor's in computer science engineering with specialization in cyber security and networking from Amritsar group of colleges, Amritsar. Or if you are in still you are pursuing your BTech degree and you have sit for the interview, you can say I am currently pursuing a 4 years degree program at Amritsar group of colleges with focus on computer science engineering or with computer branch. These phrases you can directly use for telling your qualification. Now, when we have to tell them our qualification, what we have to avoid, what mistakes we don't have to make, we don't have to use cryptic abbreviations. For example, sometimes even we hear students say that I am a student of ASET, I am a student of AGC. You are here. For example, if a company, suppose you are sitting for a interview a company and the HR or the employer who is taking your interview, he's from Madras. Recently, he has joined the organization and he has came to the college for campus placement. Now you are saying that I have done a 4-year degree program or I have done 2 months training from VMM. He doesn't know in Amritsar what is VMM. You know about VMM, but he doesn't know. So never ever use cryptic abbreviations. Sometimes it is asked from which society you are, and students say they are from PAX. Now you know what PAX stands for. They don't understand. You don't have to use abbreviations. These are not the national abbreviation which everyone knows. It is not the meaning of ATM which everyone knows. But this AGC or ASET or PAX, it stands within the college itself. Outside the person, they don't understand. You say sometimes students very openly, when they talk to the people and somebody asks from where you are, they said, I'm from the ASET. And at that particular time, as a teacher, we understand you know what is ACT or you know what is ASET, but the person doesn't know. So that is always a mistake to say I am BMM from NMIM. Now what BMM stand for and what NMIM stand for, only the people who actually have made these abbreviations they know. And even in different parts, these words have different abbreviations. So to make people confused, better to use complete name. Always say that I am a student of Amritsar group of colleges instead of AGC. Always say I am a student of Amritsar College of Engineering and Technology instead of saying ACET. Because you know what ACT stands for. Entire people in the world, or I must say in the Punjab, maybe they don't know. So never ever make people confused. Give as much as relevant information you can so that it has impact on the other person. When you are saying that I am a software engineer from Amritsar group of colleges, it doesn't seem enough. Here is the chance to add achievement oriented mini stories. When you have to give your introduction, only saying that I have done computer science engineering from Amritsar group of colleges, it is not enough. So because if we consider that in computer science, if there are more than 200 students are there, every student is computer engineer, every student has gone through with the same entire syllabus. So what is the difference? Now you have to add some your achievement oriented stories, mini stories. If you have done something extra, for example, when you people in your first year, your teachers, your subject teachers or your mentors, they have told you to do some Allison courses, some swam courses, some online webinars you should go and attend. That is something which comes in your achievement. That anything NPTEL, that is a site which is offering very online courses related to your branch. Whatever you are doing in your branch, whatever you are doing in your subject, apart from that, you also learning from that particular platform. And when you are sitting in the interview, you are telling them that I am a software engineer, I am a computer science engineer, but apart from that, I also have done this course, this online course, this swam course. So this kind of example I have put down here. I was part of a research project on how modern technology changing the way of teaching in future, where we worked with the EdTech company to evaluate the efficacy of some tech-based teaching interventions. This you can say that when I was in 1 month training or in my summer vacation, when I completed my second year, I just handle this project with this company, and it give me this kind of learning. Make sure you talk about an area that is relevant to the employer. If the area is not directly relevant, then in that case, you can talk about the skills which are relevant. Sometimes what happened, some students, like, as we people are mentioning, that if you say I am a computer engineer, that is not enough to tell them what qualification you have. Now some students might be in the free time, they have done something which is not related to their branch, which is not related to their field, but as they are there are number of free courses available, there are number of free webinars available, they have done that. Now in that case, if you are going to tell employer that in my free time I have done that, he might think he might think that when time was there, You have free time. Why not you have done something related to your field? So you have to make a choice that what I am going to dictate, is it related with the company? Is it related with the employer? Or what I have done? Suppose in my free time, I have learned gardening, and now gardening is not related with the company. But in gardening, what skills I have learned, that is related with the company. I have learned discipline. I have learned this dedication. Now I can mention that this dedication and discipline, which I have learned in my free time course, that helped me to more concentrate on my job. So that can be related. Now you people have to be very, very selective that what you have to tell them, which is going to be more beneficial for you, the course or the skill, that you have to choose according to the requirement. When you are talking about your qualification, as I already told you, you can also talk about your training programs. In your 4 years, there are number of times, there will be number of times when you go through with the trainings, courses, other experience you might have during your graduation. Even see, as I was saying, to be a CR of the class, there was a task. So completing that task, even some of you will learn something. So everything you can talk about which makes some relevance, and you think that mentioning it is important to tell them that who you are. And when you have to tell about your in qualification, you have to tell about your CGPA. You can avoid as a fresher because they know, they have read it, that how much you have gone, how much you have got in your academic. Instead of that, you can highlight your academic achievement by saying that I have consistently been in the top 1% or 5% of my class. That can sound something great, instead of saying that I have got 6 CGPA or 5.6 CGPA or 7 points that CGPA, that they already have seen in your resume. But anything achievement in your academics, that you can relate in your introduction. Then in qualification, you can add also your additional qualification, like your outside courses, any skill, any award. For example, you can say I have completed a 6 month computer animation course from that particular company for in this particular year, or in particular 6 months. I am proficient in French and Spanish. I have learned .NET, Java, and Python on Coursera, which have helped me in completing my project on cybersecurity. You can add these things which you learn in your 4 years degree program, which can come into your additional qualification. Then it comes your adjectives. After talking about your qualification, it is the time to tell what you are, what kind of personality you have. You can use positive adjectives to describe your personality, like you are versatile, you are very easygoing, you are solution oriented, you are determined, you are team player, you are creative, you are open minded, you are a team player, you have a group leader quality, you enjoy working with others. Now, this is the time on the step 7, you have to give a suitable adjective to your personality, which they want to see in your character, in your personality. So according to you, you are the best judge who, what kind of traits, what kind of adjective you can add in your personality, which definitely go with your words, that you can choose according to your own. Then it comes your hobbies and passion. We always recommend our students not to tell them what hobbies you are, that you say I like to roam, I like to surfing on the net. But as I have put down here optional, it means you can tell about your hobbies, but it should be related with your field. This is an optional point, but if you think whatever you that is connected, and you can make sense of your hobbies, which can highlight your personality more and have more impression on employer, then you can add this point. For example, you can say I am a trained singer, and the daily riyaj has taught me self discipline or dedication. Or I am a keen runner, and this not only help me keep fit, but also help me network with other runners in the community. Now you are describing your hobby, but in a way that you are connecting it, that it is giving you a chance to learn the skills more, to be more disciplined, to be more dedicated, to be more networking, to be more connected with the people. So in this way, you can tell them your hobby. But Other ways saying I read books, I love music, I love roaming. That is not the sense in professional introduction. So if you can relate your hobby in a way which can make your impression, you can go and tell what hobbies or passions you have. Then ninth step comes about your family. Already in the resume you have talked about your family. It is again the optional. If you want to talk about your family, if you want to tell that your father profession, but you want to connect your father profession with your field also. For example, as I have put down, this is optional point again, but if you wish, you can plan it appropriately. For example, my father is a farmer and I helped him set up a process where he could directly sell his produce at the farmer market and bypass the middleman. For example, this line means you have created a software, you have created a app for your father where your father directly sell his produce. Now it is related that if you have done something in computers, you have learned some technology. Now this technology is helping your father also in his profession. So if you have done this kind of work, you can talk about your family. Sometimes interviewer asks this question during interview. In that case, you can make it accordingly. Sometimes you don't talk about, but they say, if you say my father has a business, and the interviewer can ask you that as you are a computer science engineer, you have done a technology. Have you ever helped your father in his business? Then in that case, you should be ready that how you have to relate your work with your father work. After this, the last category comes, step 10 comes, that is closing. As opening needs to be wonderful, the closing needs to be more are very wonderful. In the opening, there are two things which the employer is looking for. At the same time, the closing is the time when two things you have to tell them. The first is you have to tell them why you are applying for the job, and the second is why you are the right fit for the job. Again, you have to tell them that you have told each and everything about themselves. You have greeted the person, you told about yourself, you told about your qualification, your experience, your additional, your learning, your skills, your hobbies, your family. Now it is the time you have to tell them that why you are the right candidate for the selection. You have to tell them that why they go and select you among the people. So this should be in your closing, and you can make it according to your future plan. Talk about your future plan and connect them to the company goals. Tell them, although I love my current role, I feel I am now ready for more challenging assignments, and this position really excites me. Or with my passion for sport and my skills of data analytics, I wish to work for a leading innovative company like yours, and I do believe I can make a positive impact. Last line, because as right now, as if you are working somewhere, and in the last line you have to tell them that I love my current designation, I love my current job, but as my desire to learn more, to more work with the challenging situation, I love to work with your leading company. So that will give them a chance that he is satisfied with his recent job, but he considered that we are going to do something new, and in that new he wants to try, and it will give them a chance to give you a chance. Okay, you can join. At the end, tell them that's all from me. Thank you very much. This was all about me. Thank you for your patience listening. That all last line you can add in your introduction, which definitely will give them a chance that you have come to the end of your introduction. So these were the 10 steps which you have to take care while making your introduction. Next Monday, you have your aptitude lecture. Next to next Monday, once again, when we have this functional English lecture, I will randomly ask students to give their introduction and I will evaluate them. And I will consider that in their introduction, whether they are making it professional way or still as they were doing in the first year, that everything which is relevant or not relevant there, they are adding in it. So now you have 2 weeks with you. You have to make yourself according to this professional introduction. Keeping all these 10 points in your mind, you have to make a very brief introduction of you. You have to start with the introduction. Now, students, some of you might have this question. that you have not completed any training, you have not completed any course, what you can add in that? Assume that. Suppose whatever you have to do in your 4 years, where you are going to complete your 2 months training, where you are going to complete your 6 months training, what you are going to do in the courses, what skills you are going to acquire in this 4 years degree program. Just imagine that situation, cook that situation for yourself, and prepare a very professional introduction for your evaluation. Next to next time when we have this lecture, second lecture of functional English, the students whose chance will be given, the students whose name will be taken, they have to give professional introduction. They have to keep all these 10 points in their mind. They need to start with the greeting. They, if they think they need to thank, they can go with that. They have to take their name. Then if they think they have any work experience, they can add that. They can tell that their qualification, their additional courses, their trainings, their projects, their programs, their skills, their hobbies, their family. At the end, what closing they think they are here for the interview, their introduction. So these 10 steps you have to keep in the mind to make your introduction. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Students, any question? So once again, I am repeating, next time when we people will meet, I will give you the time, chance to speak. And every one of you who is going to give introduction, even you people are going to give me 10 lines. That is enough for me. I don't want that you go and just talk about 2 minutes and 5 minutes. If 10 lines you are going to speak, but everything, every instruction which I have given, if I say that when you have to greet, there should be smile on your face. It should be there. You should be confident. You should have an eye contact. You should have confidence on your face when you are giving your introduction. If given a chance and you are giving a 1 minute to give your introduction, that 1 minute you have to take care all the instructions which I have shared with you. Am I clear with everyone? Students,
Yes, sir.
is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes, sir.
question? Still, there are some slides which I will share this slide with you. The rest the pages which are there in this slide, you can see these are some do's which we have to do in self introduction. But these are very simple. You can go through and you can go through. You can see, read, and you can understand it. Some do's and don'ts of self introduction. And there is one V2 which I will also share with you. This is a one example which I have made for you. You can go and go according to it. If you say fine, it is a sample. I'm not saying it is the entire. You can cook according to your own situation, right? You can make it out according to the situation, these things, and you can read and you can make it out according to your things, how you have to present your introduction next time. Is it clear, students?
Yes,
Students,
sir.
any question?
No, sir.
Any doubt?